Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the reduction reactions of carbonyl compounds, in which one is Clemmensen reduction. In this particular Clemmensen reduction, aldehyde or ketone undergoes reduction in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl. This reducts aldehyde or ketone into respective alkane. In this reduction reaction, carbonyl group converts into CH2 group. Carbonyl group loses its oxygen and added by two hydrogen atoms, which gives alkanes. Here we are observing hydrogenation or reduction of an aldehyde zinc amalgam HCl. In the presence of zinc amalgam HCl, it is given as alkane or CH3 is alkane. At the same time, if a ketone is reduced in the same in the presence of same zinc amalgam and HCl, it is giving as alkane or CH2R. These are two general examples. Here one aldehyde is taken, propanol, under the reduction giving propane. Similarly, propanone CH3COCH3 by the reduction of zinc amalgam HCl giving propane. So like this way, aldehyde or ketone undergoes reduction in the presence of zinc amalgam to produce respective alkanes. Mechanism. If you observe the mechanism of Clemmensen reduction, this reaction carried out in the presence of acid. Whether you take aldehyde or ketone, first it is catalyzed in the presence of acid like this way. Carbonyl oxygen pi bond is moved towards oxygen to produce negative charge over oxygen, and that O minus abstracts H plus or acid ion H plus. To give this one, a carbonium ion is generated like this way. Zinc amalgam is having zinc atoms. One of the zinc atoms bonds with this carbonium ion to give this positively charged zinc ionic species. Then another H plus ion adds an OH group. Similarly, Cl minus ion in HCl adds with zinc to produce this compound. Due to the removal of H2O, due to the removal of this H2O, we get another carbonium ion. That carbonium ion adds with another zinc atom, which removes chloride ion from zinc chloride ion from this carbonium ion, okay, in the form of ZnCl plus. Chlorine is escaping out without electron pair or without bond, so that zinc of carbonium ion is getting negative charge. That negative charge, that negative charge migrates to carbonium ion, and then that carbonium ion becomes carbene ion. Carbonium ion becomes carbene ion. That carbene ion is added by another H plus to give this uh, intermediate. Finally, chloride ion of acid removes this zinc plus, and that bond which connects the zinc plus adds with another H plus to form a alkane. This is the mechanism of Clemmensen reduction. This reaction occur in the presence of acid and zinc amalgam. It is simple mechanism. During the formation of alkanes, carbene ions can be formed as an intermediate. So this is about Clemmensen reduction. These are the examples of Clemmensen reduction. This is a ketone, cyclic ketone. When it undergoes reduction in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl, that ketone group converts into CH2. That CO group, ketone group converts into CH2. It is another ketone in the presence of zinc amalgam and concentrate HCl. It is forming propane. This is acetone. The formed one is propane. This is cyclopentone, cyclopentanone. In Clemmensen reduction, it is forming cyclopentane. This is acetyl benzene under Clemmensen reduction giving ethyl benzene. It is giving what? Ethyl benzene. These are the few examples of Clemmensen reduction. Next, another reduction is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction is also similar to that of Clemmensen reduction, in which carbonyl group, this yellow marked carbonyl group is converting into CH2 or methylene group. As in case of Clemmensen reduction, also the same thing happened. Here also carbonyl group is converting into the methylene group, that is CH2 group. Okay, but the reagent or catalyst is different to that of Clemmensen reduction. In Wolff-Kishner reduction, hydrazine NH2NH2 is used as a catalyst. It is a basic medium reaction. It requires basic nature solution to occur. So this is about the Wolff-Kishner reduction. If suppose it is a ketone, for example, it is ketone, it is reducing in the presence of hydrazine. It is reducing in the presence of hydrazine. Here what happened? What is happening? The oxygen, carbonyl oxygen of ketone is removed out as H2O, and remaining portion of hydrazine is added like this, which is called as hydrazone already we seen in the addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. This hydrazone in the presence of base and ethylene glycol heat is forming alkane or CH2 or R1 CH2 R2. These two nitrogen atoms are liberating as N2 nitrogen gas. So it is also similar to that of Clemmensen reduction, except in the taken medium and taken catalyst. This is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Here a few examples are given. It is acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde on the reaction with hydrazine giving acetaldehyde hydrazone. Acetaldehyde hydrazone. That on further reduction in the presence of glycol and potassium hydroxide giving ethane. Acetaldehyde hydrazone is giving ethane. Next to benzophenone. Benzophenone is a ketone. When it participates in Wolff-Kishner reaction, carbonyl group is converting into CH2 group, which gives diphenyl methane. Diphenyl methane. Next it is benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde under Wolff-Kishner reduction is giving CHO or CO converting into CH2, and finally it gives PHCH3. PHCH3 means toluene, methyl benzene. Here, here one thing we have to observe, that is, in this particular reduction there is no formation of alcohol. Directly carbonyl group is converting into the alkane or methylene group or alkane group. Okay, now not any alcohol. So it is complete reduction of aldehydes and ketones. It is complete reduction. It is complete reduction. Next, when it is cyclohexanone, cyclohexanone on reduction is giving cyclohexane, not this cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol is alcohol. Here there is no formation of alcohol in between the formation of, before the formation of cyclohexane. Cyclohexane. This is about the Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction. Next, another reaction is, it is a named reaction. It is an named reaction which is called as Cannizzaro reaction. Cannizzaro reaction. Here, two molecules of aldehyde participate in this particular reaction. That aldehyde should not contain alpha hydrogen. Alpha hydrogen. In the presence of strong base like potassium hydroxide, the two aldehydes participate in the reaction. One aldehyde converts into an alcohol, another aldehyde molecule converts into carboxylic acid. This is the called as a Cannizzaro reaction. This is called as Cannizzaro reaction. What is happening here? In the presence of strong base, two molecules of aldehyde without having any alpha hydrogens, one undergoes to form alcohol. This is called reduction of that aldehyde. Aldehyde to alcohol is the reverse reaction, which is called as a reduction. One more molecule of aldehyde is also participating. That molecule is forming acid or C double bond OH. Formation of acid from aldehyde is called oxidation. So one molecule of aldehyde is undergoing reduction. Another molecule of aldehyde is undergoing oxidation. So if the same molecule or if the same compound undergoes both oxidation and reduction, this process is called disproportionation reaction. This process is called disproportionation reaction. This is an example for disproportionation reaction. Okay, whether you check its mechanism, it clearly understand what is happening. Firstly, one molecule of aldehyde participate in the reaction with the base species OH minus. We know very well the attack of base species happened at carbonyl carbon to produce this oxide ion. This oxide ion now participating in the reaction with another aldehyde molecule like this way. The negative charge of oxide ion forms a double bond with this, and hydrogen of carbonyl carbon is shifting towards the second molecule carbonyl carbon, which has positive charge like this way. Negative charge of oxygen is going back to its original place. Then hydrogen of aldehyde along with its bond is moving towards to form new bond with carbonyl carbon of second aldehyde molecule like this way. Okay, now we are getting the first aldehyde molecule is converting into the acid or C double bond OH. Acid is formed. So first aldehyde molecule is now forming acid, which is called as oxidation. Second aldehyde molecule, second aldehyde molecule is forming another oxide ion like this. Another oxide ion. This second aldehyde molecule is forming oxide ion. This oxide ion is now gets one hydrogen or one H plus hydrogen in the form of H plus from the formed acid molecule to form alcohol. This both acid and this oxide ion both present in a equilibrium, or in equilibrium is here both will shifts their hydrogen in the form of H plus. Whether acid loses its H plus to oxide ion, it will get into alcohol. This is a reduction of second aldehyde molecule. It is the reduction of second aldehyde molecule. Whether this formed this carboxylate ion gets any metal ion, because we are using base like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, like that way. That sodium or potassium ions can form salt with this formed carboxylate ion. Okay now, so in Cannizzaro reaction we are getting carboxylic acid, as well as if that carboxylic acid can also have a chance to form salt with the metal ions of base, sodium carboxylate or potassium carboxylate. Like that way, that carboxylic acid molecule can have a chance to form a salt. Another aldehyde molecule is forming alcohol. Another aldehyde molecule is forming alcohol. This is the formation of carboxylic acid and alcohol molecules from the aldehydes by Cannizzaro reaction in the presence of strong base. This is about the mechanism of Cannizzaro reaction. Here, that carboxylate ion can react with H3O plus, H3O plus, that is forming by the addition of water and H plus. Then what happens that H plus of H3O plus combine with carboxylate ion and forms carboxylic acid. It is another way of getting carboxylic acid. That alkoxide ion, okay na, during the mechanism we observed that alcohol is before formation is present in the form of alkoxide oxide. Whether that alkoxide reacts with water of the reaction, we'll get in this way alcohol. Okay, so we can separate this carboxylate ion and alkoxide ions by the addition of water in the form of respective carboxylic acids and alcohols. This is about the Cannizzaro reaction. Here few examples are also given for Cannizzaro reactions. Cannizzaro reaction. If two molecules of formaldehyde reacts with sodium hydroxide, one molecule converts into formic acid ion HCO minus. By the reaction with the sodium ions, it will form sodium formate. Sodium formate. Another formaldehyde molecule converts into alcohol CH3OH. Another formaldehyde molecule converts into CH3OH. This is a participation of formaldehyde in Cannizzaro reaction to form formic acid, salt and methanol CH3OH. If you take benzaldehyde molecule, that one molecule of benzaldehyde converts into potassium salt of benzoic acid if the reaction is carried out in the presence of potassium hydroxide. Another molecule of benzaldehyde converts into benzyl alcohol. This converts into benzyl alcohol. So these are the examples of Cannizzaro reaction. Another reaction is Mervin-Pondorf-Verley reduction. Mervin-Pondorf-Verley reduction. This is against to the Oppenauer oxidation. This is against to the Oppenauer oxidation. This is a reduction reaction, just to check what is happening here. This is a ketone acetone or 2-propanone. When this propanone reacts with isopropyl alcohol, this is isopropyl alcohol. Clearly, arrow marks are indicating where the reaction proceeds. One hydrogen of isopropyl alcohol is adding to the carbonyl carbon of acetone. Carbonyl carbon of acetone. Another hydrogen of isopropyl alcohol is adding to the carbonyl oxygen of acetone. One hydrogen of isopropyl alcohol is bonding with carbonyl carbon of acetone ketone. Another hydrogen of isopropyl alcohol from alcohol group is adding to the uh, oxygen of carbonyl carbon. Then what happened here? We are going to get isopropanol or isopropyl alcohol. Acetone is now converting into the alcohol. Isopropanol is forming. By losing that two hydrogens, isopropyl alcohol is forming newly. 2-propanone, acetone is forming. Here what happened? Our ketone, acetone is converting into the alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. The taken isopropyl alcohol is converting into the acetone. That means ketone is undergoing reduction. That is why we are calling as Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction because of isopropyl alcohol. Because of isopropyl alcohol. In the presence of aluminium isopropoxide. Aluminium isopropoxide. This is called MPV reduction, Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction. In this particular reduction, what happened? Aldehyde or ketone reduces into alcohol. Whether you take aldehyde or ketone, that reduced by isopropyl alcohol by this way, hydrogens of isopropyl alcohol are adding to the carbonyl group to give isopropyl to give alcohol in the presence of aluminium isopropoxide. In the presence of aluminium isopropoxide. This is a reversible reaction. In reverse way, if the same reaction proceeds in backward, then the firstly taken compounds can be formed. That is acetone and propanol, isopropanol. In this backward reaction, what happened? Isopropanol is forming acetone. Isopropanol is forming what? Acetone. Acetone is forming isopropyl alcohol. Here, in this particular backward reaction, isopropyl alcohol is forming acetone. This is oxidation. So conversion of alcohol to acetone is called as the oxidation. Okay. So backward reaction is oxidation. That oxidation reaction is called as open R oxidation. Already I said this one before the interaction of Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction. So in Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction, the backward reaction is said to be as open R oxidation. Open R oxidation that can be studied under the name of reactions of alcohols. Under the name of alcohols. Okay. This is Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction reaction. So in this particular reduction reaction, aldehydes or ketones react with isopropyl alcohol to produce alcohols. In the presence of aluminium isopropoxide. This is called Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction. Mirvin-Pond-of-Varley reduction. It is the backward reaction of this reaction is called as open R oxidation. This is another example for Mervyn Pondorf-Verley reduction. Cyclohexanone. Here one cyclic ketone is taken. Cyclic ketone is taken. That is what cyclohexanone. In the presence of aluminum isopropoxide, an acid medium, this ketone group or carbonyl group is converting. Oxygen is added by one hydrogen. Carbonyl carbon is added by another hydrogen. This is called cyclohexanol. This is called what? Cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol is formed. The same thing, isopropyl alcohol convert into the acetone. This is an example for Mervyn Pondorf-Verley reduction. Next, with this, all the reactions are completed. All the reactions are completed. Here we are discussing about the uses of carbonyl compounds. 40% aqueous solution of methanol. 40% aqueous solution. That means remaining 60% is water. That is called as formalin. That is called what? Formalin. That formalin is used as a disinfectant to wash the wounds. To wash the wounds, this solution can be useful. So it is a best disinfectant in surgeries. At the same time, biological specimens, plant materials, animal materials can be stored in the solution of this 40% aqueous solution of methanol in the name of formalin. Okay, so it is a best preservative. It is a best preservative for the specimens, biological specimens. Another is vanillin. Vanillin. This vanillin C8H8O3. This vanillin is a good food flavoring agent. Good food flavoring agent, which can be very frequently used in making bakery items as vanilla flavor and ice creams. Vanilla flavor ice creams obtained by the addition of this vanillin to the ice cream raw materials. This is giving vanilla flavor or odor to the food or ice creams. Okay, this is about the vanillin. Another is camphor. Camphor is also a carbonyl compound, C10H16O. It is a very good medicine to the allergy patients or some cold, for some colds. Very good inhalant. By inhaling this camphor, the nostril blocking will be avoided during the monsoon season and cold seasons for human beings. So this is about the camphor. Another is cyclohexanone. Cyclohexanone is used to prepare or to produce nylon, a synthetic cloth material which is prepared by using cyclohexanone. Cyclohexane. And the cyclohexanone is also a good solvent and good starting materials and reagents. Okay, these overall carbonyl compounds are very good solvents like acetone. next to benzophenone. These all are good solvents. These all are good solvents. And so many already we discussed these things. And the reactions are chemical reactions of carbonyl compounds. So many alcohols, primary secondary alcohols, and carboxylic acids and alkanes and other anhydrides. Okay, like this way so many number of organic compounds can be formed by using these carbonyl compounds, aldehydes and ketones. And so many for so many organic compounds, or for so many organic reactions proceeds through these carbonyl compounds. These carbonyl carbons are compounds are good intermediate compounds during the formation of new compounds from other compounds. These are few uses of carbonyl compounds. These are few uses of carbonyl carbon compounds. These carbonyl compounds have so many advantages in the fields of so many applications of science. Applications of science. Okay, these are about the uses of carbonyl compounds. With this, the carbonyl compounds topic is finished. Next, we go for another topic in the next video. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can write to that my mail or any other thing. Thank you.